Shifa Manav's question is, hope you and your family are doing well. Thank you for asking, Shifa. Hope your family is good as well. I find your answers very practical and convincing. Oh, I don't know how to convince you. So I want to ask about your view on problems faced by doctors in India. Doctor-patient conflict happens almost every day. The patients brought to the emergency are almost in critical condition, mostly in critical condition. The doctors do all they can to save every precious life, but some deaths are inevitable. The relatives of patients often undergo emotional outbursts and abuses are hurled at the life savior. And what follows next are physical assaults on the doctor at duty, claiming negligence on doctor's part. Also in this pandemic, it's much worse. They're treated badly as ever possible. As a medical student, the current situation is frightening us like anything. Tons of exams, sleepless nights, limited pleasure times. Molding ourselves into a better doctor. And what we are getting in return. Curious to hear from you. And thanks, Uri. Shiva, I've always had a lot of respect for doctors, and I think it's a very thankless job. I also did stand a bit on it, and most doctors liked it. You know what's funny? Non-doctors got offended. Anyway, that's a whole rabbit hole. I have no idea what the point is of being a doctor. Especially when the government treats you like shit and everyone treats you like shit. There's no incentive at all to be a doctor. I completely agree. Even when there wasn't a pandemic, I'm always amazed that anyone would dedicate most of their lives to one field and have such a hectic, work. At least work-life balance is just almost non-existent. Obviously, you make a lot of money, you have high status in society. I'm thank God, at least that's there. But right now, I don't seem to see that happening. And yeah, I don't have an answer for you. And obviously, emotional outbursts are unavoidable, right? To be honest, even I can't wrap, not even I don't think anyone who's not a doctor can't wrap their head around how do you guys deal with death on a constant basis. And also, what tends to happen is, if you can save someone's life, we are if you can save someone's life, how could you not figure this out? I mean, that's how a dumb person sounds, right? It's kind of like asking scientists, you figured out the Big Bang. Why haven't you figured out who started the Big Bang? dude, it's just a miracle that we even figured out that there was a Big Bang. Same thing, I think it's a miracle that we figured out how to save people's life. But to be but why can't you figure this other stuff out is quite... It's basically a dumb people talk. So, yeah, I think it's almost magic. It's right? Good technology is undiscernible from magic, right? I don't know, I'm just butchering that saying. Same way, I think medicine is undiscernible from magic for most of us. So I think when... I heard this horrible story about a lady who died during childbirth, and it's 2020, right? So I'm saying that with arrogance. In 2020, a woman dying of childbirth when she's in the hospital is quite insane, right? But I'm sure if you're a doctor, immediately you're okay, I'm sure there's a very good reason why she went through that and passed away, or maybe it was genuinely a tragedy. Or so I'm saying from a layman's point of view, we're always going to be what? How did this happen? There has to be negligence. So I'm sorry, but the answer is, Shifa, that people are always going to be dumb, and you guys are always going to be saving lives and not going to be rewarded for it. So I know this is horrible. I'm sorry. I hope some doctor who's watching, future doctors watching, is not shattered. But I just want to... what I'm basically saying is that you guys are heroes. And thank you so much for doing this. There's so many selfless jobs that I don't even know about. Just the person who's managing our drainage system. Thank you so much. And electricity and roads and bridges, and even though our government is eating all of that money through corruption and shit, the people who are doing, the people in this current government who's actually doing good things and they're getting no benefit out of it, and they're watching their colleagues enjoy because of corruption, and they're just why am I doing this? I don't know why you're doing this one, but thank God you are. At least someone is honest. So I'm sorry, Shiva, for depressing you even more. Hello, if listening to a long 1-hour podcast isn't your thing, this is the perfect channel. Please subscribe for more such short recordings of me talking alone or with my friends, or I don't know what else. And I can't end this video without saying it. Please like, share and subscribe. Bye.